Hello, everybody. Mandolin here. Boy, there's lots of interesting stuff going on, isn't there? One thing that I want to bring up, and it was at 11:11 my time, no doubt, um, on February 9th, 2/9, which adds up to 11. But I felt this incredible shift. And I'm wondering if anybody else out there felt it too. It was a shift into a different a more positive state of energy. It felt like the air around me changed as I shifted as well, or vice versa. So, everybody, if that happened to you, I would love to hear about it down in the comments. I have a very interesting message today, and this one comes nonetheless from an energy that I associate with the Shamash, the Sumerian god. He was the sun god. And he was about justice. So, shining light on things. It's very interesting because the conversation that I was having with this person that I see embodying this energy was about the cryptocurrency, the digital economy, as it were. So I talked before about an alternate society, if you would, being built, that the infrastructure is being laid, and it's going to be a global society. As we view going in and out of our different states here in the United States, we'll view that traveling around the world because our actual environment has expanded with the forward progress and transportation, with it being easier, more accessible, quicker. So that's the natural progress of that, for us to continue to expand as a society into a global society. And we don't need to get all the nightmares, because this is going to be a global society that is in a higher frequency, the new earth, if you will. The older generation, my generation, I've been talking a lot about the cryptocurrency. You were already seeing the social media and everything changing somewhat. We're seeing people just walk away and go to new platforms. So they're going to a more positively influenced platform and way of communication and sharing and creativity. And again, here we are in Aquarius, so that's all lining up. But when it came to the whole cryptocurrency, I remember when I was growing up, people didn't have computers. So this is a little scary to some of us. So I started asking, questions. And my generation and prior, if you can't hold it in your hand, then it's not real, then you don't really have it. And so that's why it's kind of scary. Now, the younger generation, it's easier for them to acclimate to the new system of the economy being a digital or a crypto economy, at least in part. This is not some terror scenario. This is about the possibilities and what we're seeing, because there is still this 3D, 5D split on the planet. We're not going to wake up one day and just everything's going to be 5D. Maybe for some people it'll be like that, but not as a whole. There's a gradual shift. So this younger generation, it's going to be easier for them to acclimate to this new system. It's not going to be as scary. They're going to see the value even though they can't hold it in their hand. They know that value is not associated with material things. They're on that level of frequency. And the levels of frequency during this shift are diverse. So there's going to be different levels, different experiences. Some are affected very little by the lower frequency. These are the ones that are building the infrastructure for the 5D, the new earth, and they're shifting the collective in groups that ascend to join the newly achieved higher frequency shifts. Now, this is going to happen in phases, and that's going to be to help individuals proceed at their own pace according to their experience. The flow is going to be steady, and it's going to embody the individuals as well as groups within the overall collective. And like what I talked about before, there's a lot of people living in the split world. These are the ones that are helping to heal and awaken the gradual flow of ascended consciousness. They're like a bridge. They operate in many different modalities. The needs and experiences of these ones that are shifting up, they're diverse. So the resource in order to heal and purify those needs to be diverse as well. It needs to be appropriate to the experience that brought about this need for healing or purification or rising in frequency. Many cultures identify a prime creator, but the stories are all very similar. The differences occur as the reflection of the cultures that are telling the story as they perceived it. The way that it happened for them is going to be the perspective from which they tell it. So some cultures had many deities, others assigned everything under one deity. But the structure of competition and control was created using this as a catalyst, a reason to separate and to create fear amongst people of different groups, whether it's ethnic, cultural, or geographical. And as we descended in consciousness, we're going to ascend back up. It's going to be a gradual thing of steps. The prophecies and sacred writings that are being confirmed are telling us that there is more than what we realize to our history. And more archaeological discoveries are going to be made, more astronomical discoveries. And this is going to be confirming the cycles. This is the proof. So as I spoke of, there's the two groups that are involved in this ascension process. You've got those that are determined to take back their life, government, country, whatever it is, but they're determined to take it back, and they're fighting the good fight. They're in it, all costs. They only see the way that they have known. They don't recognize new possibilities. So they are really still functioning and controlled by that lower frequency construct. They're still in that fight. And the ones that I talked about, the ones that are building the infrastructure for this new earth, for this new society, and in it, the crypto, it's getting very interesting. I encourage everybody to brush up on it a little bit and get involved, because I do believe that it is this group that I'm going to tell you about. They've let go of restrictions. They've let go of anger. They've let go of fear. They are building the new way. When they are restricted by, you can't spend money on this, or you can't receive money from this because we don't believe the same as you, or their resources are squandered by others, then what they're going to do is they're going to say, oh, I can't invest there. I can't function in that. I can't. Okay, well, look, we're going to go over here and do this. We figured this out, and there are now enough people that have shifted into that particular collective that are building the infrastructure that it is manifesting into the collective experience now as an option. Doesn't mean that money and that system is going to go away overnight. It just means that the infrastructure is being built. And this gets away from the old controlled and deceptive construct of the current financial institutions and the ways that they operate and the energies in which they operate. So these people, they're free. They're free. When someone says, well, you're shut down. We don't believe this, so you're shut down. They don't stand there and fight. They go, oh, okay, well, we're going to go over here and build this. Manifesting. The level of manifestation is new. We are seeing this. And this is just the beginning. It's got to start in order to be accomplished. So, like I said, this was a little conversation that I had with the Sumerian god, the energy of Shamash. And it really, truly is ancient knowledge. So let that roll over, and there's a lot of interesting information out there, and I just encourage you to have a blessed shift and a wonderful day, and I just send much blessings of truth and light your way. Bye, everybody.